Well, hello there. It's been a while since you've seen us. A lot has happened, a lot's still going on, but we are excited because we're heading to San Francisco today. We're bringing my mom with me, and with us. And we're going to the Walt Disney Family Museum. We're going to eat lunch at a really, hopefully yummy French restaurant there, walk around the Presidio and explore a little bit around there too, and then we're just going to bring you guys along with us. But before we go, we wanted to update you on some things.
If you just clicked on this video because you saw Disney Family Museum and you wanted to see this video, well, you haven't met our family yet. And the update we want to give you right now is more for our kind of regular viewers because we gave an update a while back and we need to give another one.
Last video we shared with you, Carrie's dad had just started hospice. And maybe a week after that or 2 weeks after that, my dad went on hospice. My dad has had Alzheimer's. He's dealt with Alzheimer's at least that we've known of, at least the last, 5 years or so. And it's been rough. He recently had an infection, went to the hospital, and somewhat shortly after that, he passed away. He passed away about a week and a half ago, almost at this point. And it's just been a weird season of like saying goodbye with my dad, because as hard as it was for me to hear that, my sister called me and I got that call on a Wednesday afternoon right after I was done eating lunch. I was about to get into a meeting and I got this news. All I could think was I wish I could have seen him one more time. But at the same time, it's hard. But with my dad who's had Alzheimer's, if you have had a loved one with Alzheimer's, you get this, I think. It's a much longer goodbye. I said goodbye to my dad that I knew my whole life about 3 or 4 years ago. And but he's been here, just not the same. And so it's been a hard challenge, but I am at such a place of, like, it sounds weird, but a place of joy and peace right now, because I know exactly where my dad is. He's in heaven, Jesus, worshiping him, perfectly healed, perfectly himself. And I'm so happy for that and happy for him. And I can't wait to see him. But it's been hard.
Like Chris just said, this is a rough, different season, with both of our parents, both of our dads. My dad is still on hospice, at home on hospice. And, with your dad, he was on hospice for about a week, and it's just this season of, I hate saying the word goodbyes because my dad is still here right now, and I know I'm going to have to do that soon too. That's really hard for me to say. So we put a pause on our videos for a while because of the season we're experiencing, but we also have our lives, and we also, have our daughters who are going through this too with us. And Chris's mom, this day is her Christmas present. We told her at Christmas she'd been wanting to go to the Disney Family Museum, and so we said, well, let's plan that. Let's do that coming up.
We've never gone.
We've never been, and the plan was today, and we decided to keep the plan.
Yeah, and we made this plan, a month ago.
Yeah,
at least.
So we, of course, didn't know any of these things were going to happen at that point, but it's also good to just go and have some joy and do some fun things. You guys are experiencing a little of our life with us, and we have these memories that we're putting out there.
And part of this is we haven't vlogged for a while, like Kara said, because of everything happening, but at the same time, life still happens, and we don't want to sugarcoat that. We want to share a little bit of that with you guys, but it's also, the pause that we've had has also been really, really good for us as a family. My mom's not been in many videos, so I'm excited for you guys to see her. And I've already asked her, like, hey, we're thinking about vlogging this. Are you okay with it? She's like, yeah, that'd be fun. We're going to be heading off to church right now. And then after that, we are going to be heading to San Francisco with my mom.
We've arrived in San Francisco. We are here near the Palace of Fine Arts in the Presidio. We stopped at lunch first, not too far from here. We went to a really yummy French brunch, and I got my favorite French thing, which is the croque monsieur.
I got one too. Alyssa got like some kind of a chicken and mashed potatoes with like gravy Lindsay got steak frites. My mom got a quiche Lorraine.
Yeah.
So all very French things.
And they were playing cello. It's such a beautiful day up here in San Francisco. So we had a really fun lunch and then drove down here. We got our coffee at Starbucks after we had mimosas with brunch, so kind of counteract it.
Yeah.
But we are just enjoying this beautiful day.
Yeah, it's an amazing day.
And having a good time hanging out with your mom. So now we're going to go find them. I think they're taking pictures over by the Palace of Fine Arts, and then we're going to head to the Disney Museum.
After parking the car, we finally made it up to the Walt Disney Family Museum, which is here in the Presidio. There's a large tour group behind us, so we need to kind of get ahead of them. Just walked around the corner from where we checked in, and it starts off with seeing Walt's family story with a bunch of pictures, almost like a hallway in his house with a bunch of family pictures. It's super cool. There's also a really cool display. It talks about Marceline after the family left Chicago. They went to Marceline, Missouri, and that's where Walt really grew up. I love that they just have so much history about Walt. I love how they have some reproductions of some of Walt's like drawings when he was younger, from 1917 and 1918. It's amazing. I love this quote. I got people interested in it. We formed a little corporation. Yeah, I'd say. This right here is crazy. There's about 348 different like enlarged copies of the original frames of Steamboat Willie. 348 frame enlargements from Steamboat Willie comprises less than 15 seconds of a motion picture or animation. That is insane. Each of these were hand drawn individually. It's like, I know that, but when you see it and how many of these stills there are, that is so bonkers. There's a glass case here with like so much different like Mickey Mouse merch from like early on in the Walt Disney Company. I'm so curious about how much all this is actually worth. Wow. There's a whole section here about Oswald and what happened with the history of Oswald and how Walt lost Oswald to another group of some kind. And here is the telegram. I don't know if it's the original, but it's a copy of it at least, of the telegram Walt sent his brother Roy when they lost Oswald, the rights to Oswald. But that's also at the same time Walt came up with the idea of Mickey Mouse, which is amazing. Right now we're in the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs area and just reading so much about the creation of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Just so much history to like look at and read here. You pretty much see a big ol' like case like this with like artwork, or you see the figures of the Seven Dwarfs down there, but you look here and it just tells you all about the personalities of each of the Seven Dwarfs. Alyssa laughed at this when we saw it, but he had bashful, well, because he was bashful. He had happy, and he was happy. He had grumpy because he was grumpy. Doc was a leader. Dopey, he was always behind, he couldn't talk, and as we had Happy explain, well, he just never tried. I love that. I can't think back to the last time we saw Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. It's been a long time. But I never occurred to me that Dopey never talked in the movie, because apparently that's the case. I just don't remember that. Maybe we have to watch that again.
It has been interesting to walk around and see all this history, but I am mostly, I'm drawn to a lot of things, but when I see things about telling stories and what went into it for Walt, I just get drawn to that, since I've been trying to, educate myself about storytelling, and this is saying just about how he analyzes details of plot and cuts out anything that doesn't go towards the plot. And so I was reading this when Chris came over and stuck the camera in my face. I think it's interesting, but my family thinks I'm
you're a little bit of a nerd.
A nerd. Yeah.
That's okay. We love you, because even if that means you're a nerd.
It's okay.
Popped into the next room after Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs room, and Carrie was staring at this big old like illustration here, and apparently this is from like the Disney employee handbook that one of the Disney employees made, that this is like the creative flow involved in producing a Disney film. Starts with Walt.
And then, so big, the main thing is story, and then all the things that surround it and go through it and add to it, and, the filters it goes through. I just think that's so interesting. And then it ends with the presentation. I thought you were still aiming your camera over there.
But yeah, it ends with, the lab, which is where they, post-production. Well, actually, all the post-production is happening here. I don't know what happens in the lab, but then it goes to the screen. Very, very cool. And I love, it goes straight from Walt to the story And then you have these different filters, like Carrie said, about the story. But you can see how central story is here.
Yeah, and we were just talking about, before he turned the camera back on, how like we feel like Disney lost its way for a while, and story wasn't like the main first thing. Instead, story is like a avenue for something else, like social commentary or something like that sometimes. It seems like story always needs to be the center.
One of the coolest things that we saw at the Walt Disney Family Museum was the multi-plane camera. And we saw it from the top while we watched and listened to like a multimedia presentation about it. It was developed in 1937, I think. It allowed animators to create a three-dimensional effect in the animation by moving multiple layers of artwork that were painted on planes of glass at different speeds. And it just gave it a really cool visual depth. And this was really made famous in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, was used as recently as 1989 when Disney came out with The Little Mermaid. You can also get a different angle view of it when you actually go into the store at the very end of the Disney Family Museum tour. So we're like in this area where Walt Disney Company for a time produced a bunch of like wartime cartoons to like promote and talk about the war and what was happening overseas. I did not realize Walt Disney wrote the Gremlins. When we're heading downstairs, apparently my mom got ahead of us, and as you go downstairs there is this huge like kind of like hallway, but this amazing view of San Francisco Bay with the Golden Gate Bridge in the backdrop. So beautiful. Oh my gosh. So this is the Lily Bell that Walt had on his property. That is amazing. This is the train that he had on his property where he just loved building different scale models of trains. I've read different books about Walt Disney, and just seeing this in person, I don't know, it's just so cool. So right after the train exhibit, they start showing off a lot of like stuff that went into the planning for Disneyland. This is the original model of the Fantasyland Castle or the Snow White Castle for Disneyland. That's amazing. It doesn't look exactly like the Sleeping Beauty Castle.
Is it supposed to be all gold originally?
I don't think so. Here's a little bit of a snippet from opening day of Disneyland, July 17th, 1955. Plagued with problems. It was hot. Some of the attractions were still unfinished. Rides were breaking down. Walt called it Black Sunday. I've read, I think it's called Disney's Land, and it's an amazing book about the creation of Disneyland. But as you turn the corner here, you can see a really cool model of Disneyland itself, starting with Main Street right there, with the castle all lit up in the middle, and just everything around it. That is so cool to see it from the top down like this. So we're down at the bottom level, a little before the gift shop, and this is like the audio animatronic area, and this is Great Moments of Mr. Lincoln. Apparently this is like one of the earlier, I think, prototype models for the body for President Lincoln. That's crazy. I got one of the parrots from the Tiki Room, and you can actually like control the action of it with like a joystick. That is so cool. You can make the chest puff out, pushing the red button.
I remember watching one video where it said Walt like was upset after they did the first round of it, and they said because they weren't breathing.
Yeah, I think that was on the Imagineering story.
Yeah.
You got a little feature spot here with some stuff in the Florida Project, also known as Disney World. You got Walt standing in front of the map of the original idea of Epcot, which was supposed to be an actual city. Didn't happen that way. Walt definitely had some of the initial say in really kind of what would become Disney World, but he wasn't around to see it actually made. Well, we made it towards the end, and this is the room where they talk about Walt's death and how it was announced when he died. A lot of the art you see here is art that people drew when it was announced that Walt Disney passed away. Super sad, and also at the same time, like, amazing the impact he had on so many people, and just how it shows in some of this artwork.
That's cool.
Love that.
Yeah.
I think the girls and my mom have abandoned us. I think they're in the gift shop, which is where we're about to go into.
Yeah.
But like any good Disney attraction, it always ends with a gift shop.
True. Buying stuff.
Oh, Alyssa is definitely buying something.
I just want to go looking for you guys.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, you're so thoughtful.
I found these pins, and I don't know which one I want to get because they're both really cute. And I like
Let me see.
I like the history with this one.
What is it? Oh, it's Snow White. Oh, it's the multiplane camera.
The multiplane camera.
Oh, it's right there.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then this one is Lemony Snicket.
Oh yeah, Jiminy Cricket.
Jiminy
Oh,
Cricket.
and When You Wish Upon a Star.
Lemony Snicket.
Lemony Snicket.
They rhyme. They rhyme. Same difference, guys.
That's so cool.
They're both only $13,
Oh,
so it's not
that's
that
not bad.
but like
Yeah,
I don't have much money.
yeah. Well, we love that
Probably
you.
this one.
We love that you guys love using your own money to buy things sometimes.
I mean, I prefer use for your money, but these shirts are really cool.
I think this is what I'm gonna get.
They all look the same, but different colors. But if you look a little closer, it has adult admission, child admission, and junior admission.
That's so cool.
And they're all different.
Oh, different prices. That's awesome. Can you believe it was 75 cents to go on It's a Small World or Matterhorn way back in the day? That's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it too well, but there is a like military plane there, and Donald Duck is kind of getting pulled by it or something on water. But it's from this animation, the Walt Disney Studios World War II, because that was part of the like one of the exhibits here. But this would have been the perfect shirt for my dad because he was in the military, not during World War II, but he was in the military. But he loved Donald Duck, and he did this amazing Donald Duck voice when my sister and I were kids. For our girls when they were little, it was so cool. Just brings back a lot of fun memories of my dad.
I found a really cool puzzle, and I'm not that into puzzles.
No, you're not.
But look at it's like a book, and then look inside.
Alice's Adventure. Ooh, that's so cool. That's awesome.
It's neato, right? It's
That is
it's like
amazing.
A book on the outside, and that's like the adventure. I think I might buy this. They're Alice in Wonderland sticky notes.
Oh, no way. That's your favorite Disney characters, Alice.
It is, and I actually just read the actual book for the first time.
Lewis Carroll.
Yeah, it just was not as good as the movie, which I don't usually say.
We're still in the gift store, and Lindsay actually told me she thought about me about getting this for my birthday, which is coming soon, which is really sweet of her. She's like, I didn't know how I could hide it from you, but it's a vinyl of the Haunted Mansion, along with like the soundtrack from the ride and some different songs that are featured on the ride. So cool. Here are all the little golden books of like different Disney stories. Carrie just said she had some of these. I had some of these when I was a kid, I think.
I remember this one.
The Ugly Duckling. Oh my gosh. Jungle Book. So many of these. We probably had Sleeping Beauty, Jungle Book, Alice in Wonderland, a number of these.
All of them went.
Probably at garage sales.
Yeah, probably.
A Little Red Caboose. Oh, I totally recognize that. Yep. They have a bunch of these like displays here. I don't know if you can buy them here, but they like displays from like Peter Pan, Sleeping Beauty, Mary Poppins with the cherry tree, and the Haunted Mansion. I love these like 3D displays of like the posters on the elevator part of the ride. That is amazing. And they have more stuff down here from Haunted Mansion. I don't know if you can buy these, but these are so cool. This is the book here that I mentioned that I read a couple years ago, Disneyland. Such a good educational understanding of everything and the challenges that went into building Disneyland. When Walt first thought of building the park to its fruition, to the challenges they had on the opening day. Such a good book, such a good read. I actually got an Audible, and it's a great listen as well there. We are leaving Walt Disney Family Museum. That was such a fun experience. We'll talk a little bit more about it, but such a fun experience to just see everything they had in there. And now we need to take a picture for the thumbnail, and also just to remember the day. And then I think if we have time, we're going to head down to the beach that's right near here. Can't remember the name of it, but we're going to try to head down to the beach because there's supposed to be an amazing view of the Golden Gate Bridge there. We're waiting for Carrie to come by and pick us up. She parked a little bit of ways away, so but this is my mom.
Hi.
Say hi.
Hi.
What'd you think?
It was really a very neat museum. I mean, a lot of animation, of course, and just,
Yep.
Oh my gosh, he was quite a guy.
Yeah, there's so much in there. It's part history of like Walt himself and his family,
Yeah.
part history of like Walt Disney Studios. The bottom, there was quite a bit about the parks as well, which was really cool. Yeah, it was like everything Disney.
And the big model that they had.
Of Disneyland?
Yes.
Yeah, that was incredible.
Unbelievable.
Like all the like little moving parts in it.
Yes.
And that was like the original, I think, Disneyland.
Yeah, it was.
Before they've updated it.
Any of the new, yeah.
Yeah, there's no Star Wars Land.
No, I know, I looked for that and I didn't see it, so I figured, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Original. Yeah, it was neat.
Well, Merry Christmas.
Thanks.
Well, we made it down to Golden Gate Beach, and it's really cool. You can like walk. There's a little like walking path down. If you don't want to actually walk on the sand, I want to get down to the water. Not that I want to get in it. There are a lot of people here. Holy cow! This isn't the most beautiful beach I've ever seen, but it's one of the most beautiful views I've ever seen. This is amazing. I've never been down to Golden Gate Beach before. Check out this view. Oh my goodness, this is incredible. Look at the Golden Gate Bridge right there. That is so picturesque. And looks like we have a cargo ship about to go under the Golden Gate Bridge coming in from the Pacific Ocean. Kite surfing happening out here. This is so cool. Carrie and Alyssa were brave enough to take their shoes off. Well, Carrie had sandals, so she cheated.
And Alyssa had Crocs.
Oh, Alyssa had Crocs, so they cheated. But they get to enjoy the nice, cooled Pacific Ocean.
Definitely not as brave as those guys. We're definitely not as brave as those guys.
Not wearing anything but swim shorts. That's brave in the Pacific.
I was thinking, since we said that we might go to get ice cream, isn't there like a Ghirardelli near here?
Yeah, it's really
It's not
expensive.
close. It's very expensive. You know what I think, Lindsay? Since we drove you over here, you can treat us all to ice cream. You have a job, right?
I'll treat myself.
Your
I'll treat
dolly's
you
like
guys.
$15 a Sunday.
Actually,
And that's like the cheapest ones. Yeah, they're so expensive. They're ridiculous. I think there's
I
something
can sell
way...
salt and straw.
Yeah, I'd rather have salt and straw. Actually, there was a salt and straw close to where we were. I saw it.
You can see Alcatraz straight ahead. It's so close here. It's crazy. I've been on Alcatraz at least 3 or 4 times, I think. I have one experience that stands out. Me and my buddies in college went there and did some semi-nefarious things, but that's a story for another time. Let us know in the comments if you've been to Alcatraz and what you thought of it. It's an interesting experience learning about the history of that place. Oh, we made it back in the car, and we are headed back to somewhere where we were a little bit ago. We want to go to the Skywalker Ranch General Store. They have a really cool like Yoda statue too, which is cool. But they close at 7, and then we're probably gonna get some ice cream for dinner.
Yay! Salt and straw.
I think
With no one forcing me to taste the strawberry balsamic, you know who you are.
so. Unfortunately, we couldn't go here earlier when we went to Starbucks because we ran out of time. But there is a Skywalker Ranch General Store right next to Starbucks down this pathway after you park your car, and you can see we're back where we were with the Palace of Fine Arts over there. Alyssa found the entrance. It's right past Lindsay over there.
I was just telling Chris, I feel like we should come to San Francisco more often. It's so nice up here, and I think we just need to ditch our children and come up here because it's nice. It's only an hour and 40 minutes away.
I wouldn't be mad about that.
And we could take Bart. I mean,
Yeah,
let's do it.
let's do it.
Of
Yes.
course, we said that about Yosemite too, and we don't go often enough. We need to go to Yosemite.
Aren't we coming? Oh, we're coming back here soon for my
And-
birthday.
Yes, we are.
Well, kind of. Burlingame.
We're going to go to Topgolf
Yeah, and Benihana's.
in 1 week.
Yes, in 1 week. Oh my gosh. One of the things, at least, I wanted to see when we came here is back on the Fantasy in 2022. We ate at Remy.
Yeah, I remember.
We had a glass of wine from a Skywalker Ranch wine. I think it was the Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir.
Pinot Noir. And it's right here. And I think the bottle is like on a Disney cruise ship. You can buy it as like a stateroom gift.
Wow.
It's $150 for that wine right there. Yo.
How much is it here?
$77. So you definitely pay the Disney tax to get this on the ship. Dang. It was a good bottle of wine too. Or at least it was a good glass of wine. Well, they have a wine glass. This thing's huge. I love it. It says Skywalker Vineyards on it. And it's only $14, which is not bad. I've seen a lot of other more expensive wine glasses. They also have these candles made out of their old wine bottles. That is really fun too. I love that. If we didn't have an expensive month coming with birthdays and graduations, I might want to get one of those bottles of wine.
We
But-
have an extremely expensive month.
We do. We have a lot of things coming up. My 50th birthday, Lindsay's 18th, Alyssa's 16th, and Lindsay's graduation.
You just skipped over my birthday, but that's okay.
Well, you know, you're like 2 weeks after us.
I know, and also,
And-
mine's not an important birthday.
It's not a big, it's important because it's you. It's just not a big birthday.
Yeah.
Mom is checking out all the different like figurines from Star Wars shows and movies. You got Grogu right there. You got Padme and Ahsoka there. And oh, dang, the melted Darth Vader helmet. That's pretty cool, actually. It's like huge. It looks all metal, but that's pretty crazy. What's it made out of?
I believe it's some sort of. I can check for you.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That is amazing.
Wow.
Dang. That is intense.
Yeah.
Wow, is it heavy?
You can try. I feel like it's like a good amount of weight, but not.
Oh yeah, it's not as heavy as
It's
I
like-
thought.
Alyssa found a pen. That's like her thing she looks for. It's a Grogu that like sneaks into a little backpack and her satchel, and he like pops out. I love that. Carrie found some ornaments here. You got Christmas Grogu. The Grogu eating his like little cookies. Chewie here carrying a Christmas tree. Love it with his like Christmas satchel. And this one I absolutely love. It's a Ewok holding a giant candy cane. That is so amazing. You also got Star Wars tikis here. You got Max Rebo and Geeky Tikis. That's so cool. Oh, Ewok tikis. That's fun. Along with all the merch, they've got different types of clothes here you can get that are all like Skywalker Ranch or branding to different IPs with Lucasfilm. So you got Indiana Jones, you got Star Wars are the most obvious ones. I love this Indiana Jones Roosevelt shirt. It's so cool. The Lindsay would hate me if I wore it because she hates snakes. And this one definitely has snakes on it. I wanted to get one of these shirts that have the Skywalker Ranch logo on it with the name of the town. I don't know how you pronounce that. Nicasio? I really want to get one of those, but they only have it in smalls. All right, I think I found what I'm going to get. This is a sweet hat. I usually like a curved bill, but sometimes a flat bill works too. Definitely a hat I could wear anytime, vacation, whatever. I think this is coming home. It's $26, which ain't bad compared to the sweatshirts, which are like $65. All right, we just left the Skywalker Ranch General Store. That was a lot of fun. That was a lot more fun than I expected it to be.
That was really fun. I like that a lot. There was just a lot of cool merch in there.
Yeah.
But look how like this just ends in the street that goes like San Francisco down there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. As soon as you walk across the street, you're out of the Presidio.
Yeah.
Now we're going to go find some ice cream.
For dinner.
Lucasfilm, I believe, has offices here, and Skywalker Ranch is only about 30 minutes from here. And the general store here, it's very late March right now, 2026. They just opened, she said, about a month and a half ago. I think that's pretty cool that we got a chance to check it out when it's fairly new. Man, the Presidio, there's so much to see and do here, just in the Presidio. So if you can make it over to San Francisco, don't miss out on everything they have here in this small part of San Francisco. So much to see, so much to do. They have a Starbucks, so why not? The family is headed to the car, and Carrie's going to drive over and pick me up close by where they have a Yoda statue here at the Lucasfilm offices that they have here on site. I believe that they have Lucasfilm offices here, which is why they have the store. So far, it's been an amazing, fun, chill day here in the city. Pretty much all right around the Presidio area. Well, here he is. It's a bronze statue of Yoda. I've seen pictures of this, so it's like when you see pictures of something, you kind of want to see it. So I came over to look at it. It's cool. Not the end of the world if you miss it, but if you're super into Yoda and Star Wars, you may want to come check this out in the same vicinity, same area as the Skywalker Ranch General Store. We just parked literally right down the street, like less than a block away from Salt and Straw, where we're going to get ice cream for dinner. And we've gotten lucky today with parking here in the city. It's been pretty easy for us, actually, thankfully. It's not always the case, but we love Salt and Straw. We get that most times we go to Disneyland. It's been a while, so let's have some good ice cream. If you've ever been to Salt and Straw before, you know they have some funky flavors. I want to try to convince my mom to try the pear and blue cheese. All right, mom's trying the pear and blue cheese. Fancy ice cream. What do you think?
Let's go. It's got a lot of cheese here. Weird.
The pear and blue cheese is really good, actually. You really don't taste the blue cheese. We got our ice cream. On the way here, the driving actually was kind of fun. We drove past some amazing houses.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish we had just a camera recording our reactions every time we saw a crazy house. Like how big they were. Some of them were on top of a hill with an amazing view of like the ocean and the bay, and some of them just had like these crazy glass covered like
Pillars of lions.
Still like stairwells and pillars and like lion statues. It was crazy. Lindsay is almost done with her ice cream.
I got a single split, but it's about the same size as your guys' stuff.
Well, actually,
I think they're all
your cone
like
is smaller.
I
Maybe.
got the same thing last time. It's very good. It's cinnamon stickerdoodle and the pot of gold one.
Did they have the same flavors last time you were at Disneyland? Yeah, you were there recently for your
Early March, yeah.
yeah, with some friends.
Weeks ago, yeah.
Yep. Carrie got a really good flavor, or combo of flavors.
Ooey gooey brownie, which was amazing. And now I'm down to coffee love nut,
That was really good.
which is coffee and pecans and little like flecks of chocolate.
Yeah.
It's very good.
I tasted that and I was like, oh, I really want to get that. I got pear and blue cheese, which is honestly really good. I don't taste any blue cheese in it. It just tastes like pear. I also got the cinnamon snickerdoodle. We're just going to sit here enjoying our dinner. We're about to get in the car and head home, but we're going to wrap up the video. Mom, it was fun to have you join us today.
Thanks.
After a couple of really tough weeks, it was really good just to come here with my mom and have this experience together today.
Yeah, that was a fun day. I
It was.
really enjoyed Skywalker Ranch so like almost the
General
best.
Store, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. But just it's so beautiful up here right now, and I want to come back really soon, just you and me.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
everybody else. And
We'll be back here in a week for my birthday.
That's true.
I think Carrie may have mentioned we're going to Top Golf and Benihana's for dinner, which will be fun.
I didn't mention that.
Oh,
The second.
maybe I did. I can't remember. Anyways,
Are we gonna bring them with us?
the girls?
No, the camera.
Oh, I don't know. Should we?
I don't know. I guess you'll see.
We
You'll
might.
find out soon enough.
You'll find out if we share that video. We're not sure yet, but we'll see. We're still gonna take it easy right now with videos. We're not gonna have one up every week after this one, but we'll share videos as it makes sense for us. And we're still just in a weird season, so. But it was really fun to pick up the camera again and bring you guys along. Have a great week, and we will see you guys
Sometime.
sometime, hopefully soon.
All right.
Take care. Love you guys. Bye.